What food have you tried once and would never try again? What foods have you tried that you won't try again? Write in the comments what you think. Enjoy the show. Story 1. Snails. I was at a French restaurant for a 10-course tasting meal. The first course was snails and garlic butter. I thought, why not? I have never eaten one. I had one. It was like a rubber pencil eraser in garlic butter. I can find lots of things on which I can enjoy garlic butter. Never again. Story 2. I was backpacking in China. This was back in 1981. I was 21. And we arrived at this small, rural, poor village without electricity. We had to get something to eat, and we came by something that looked like a place where people were eating. So we entered and were offered a piece of paper with some different writings on it, probably a menu, all in Chinese. So we just pointed at something and I was served some kind of meat with rice. It tasted a bit strange, but it was eatable. After finishing and paying, I asked, with the hand language style, to see the kitchen to take a picture, and they let me into this very primitive kitchen, and on the cutting board was the half of a dog. The guy pointed at me and then at the dog and made a gesture explaining to me that this is the dog you ate. I thanked him very much. We left the place, and I have never told anybody of this until now. Story 3. Lamb, octopus, squid, and Nutella. The squid I've actually had 3 times, because everyone kept telling me the problem with the first time was that it wasn't cooked right. Tasted the exact same to me the other 2 times, and I gave up after that. Story 4. Wasabi. Some years ago I was hanging out with my mom and we went out to eat at some sort of sushi place. I ordered a random tray of things I didn't recognize, then I saw the wasabi. I tried the tiniest bite of it possible. Awful. I drank my water and Pepsi at the same time just to get the taste out. Story 5. Poi. Tried it once when visiting Hawaii. My school's marching band was invited to be a part of a parade, so they turned it into a 3 or 4 day trip. One night, we had a luau experience, with a buffet-style setup. I figured when in Rome, so I tried basically anything I never had before. A single taste was all I needed to never want to try poi ever again. Story 6. Green olives. Bit into one that was in my tamale and no joke got sick to my stomach for over a week because I was so disgusted. And I'm not picky either. I love most vegetables, but that was one of the worst food experiences I've ever had in my life. Story 7. Surströmming. Oh my god, the smell. Just opening the can cleared out half the office. Keep in mind, we opened it outside. Figured once you get past the smell, it can't be that bad, right? No, it's worse. Hard to describe other than sour fish. This was back when things like the One Chip Challenge and Toe of Satan Challenge were just gaining traction and becoming popular. So once a week, it was always something different and fun. Then the Swedish guy started and introduced surströmming into our lives and ruined us all. Story 8. Shrimp W, the eyes still attached. I tried dry ones and OMG, it was like a fight. I looked at him while he looked at me. While I looked at him, ulmao, the second my head went back, why it? I hunched forward and let it fall right back into the cup. Not even the cooked ones in a boil. I have to be the only one with eyes at the meal. Story 9. When I was in HS, our economics teacher said he could cook sea cucumber as they were in abundance where we lived. I just watched the reaction of the people trying it to know, nope. But I have tried pig's lung or some other offal mixed with the meat, so was unwilling. Never again, thank you. The texture and taste just bad. Story 10. Stinky tofu. It doesn't taste bad, but it's nothing special. But holy fucking good lord in hell, why the fuck would I want to eat something that smells like it died 4 times and got shit out of a garbage truck and makes your breath smell like old man's balls after a marathon 2 weeks after not showering? Fuck me, I'm never going near that shit again. Fucking terrible. Story 11. Surströmming. Never actually tried it, but this is the only food I wouldn't eat hearing from other PPL's experiences. And I am very open and have tried things like brain, chicken feet, durian, duck tongue, intestines, blood soup, goat sashimi, bird's nest, natto, pufferfish, etc. But this seems to be another level. Story 12. I can't think of any. There are certain textures that make me so sick. But since depending of how you cook it, textures can drastically change, I don't think there is a dish I can't eat unless having that specific texture that make me sick is a requirement. But I can't think of any. Also, I could say very spicy meals, but since I don't even try them, I can't say I tried and never would again. Story 13. I'm a reasonably adventurous eater. Ants, crickets, chicken feet, durians, etc. All reasonably edible if not on my recommended list. I tried a dish called hakarl in Iceland. It's shark, but buried until it putrefies so that the ammonia in their blood had gone. Smells like death, tastes like death, but with the texture of the brown mushy bits in pork scratchings. 0-10 would not recommend. Story 14. When in Toulouse visiting Airbus, I tried the local delicacy andouillette. Now I'm not a foodie. It's just energy and protein to me. Up until then, there was nothing I'd ever refused. Through the mouth, leave it to my gut to do the heavy lifting. This stuff is awful. It's a gray, long sausage made of animal intestine. Rubber, chewy texture, heavily peppered. God, I can still taste it now. Sent it back. French waiter gave me the side eye. Never ever eat it. Story 15. Mussels. Though I will preface this with the fact that I'm vegetarian and did not realize this was in the stuffed mushrooms my friend had ordered for the table, are the worst. Even if I wanted to eat meat, it would not be something that's practically impossible to actually chew. Might as well chew on a bouncy ball. The texture was terrible, and the taste was like every other mushroom I've eaten, so apparently the mussel added nothing but texture. Revolting. Story 16. Dog and also shark fin soup. I thought the soup must have been absolutely fantastic to justify how it was procured. It tasted like a badly rinsed miso cup tastes like. A disappointment in one way that the cruelty was for nothing, and good in another way that it wasn't a good enough flavor to make you want it. I was served it at a banquet. I would never have ordered it. Dog meat is unfortunately really tasty, like goat meat without the grease. But I saw a program showing the dogs being terrorized to improve the flavor, and I was justifiably disgusted. Never again. Story 17. So many here have wild foods, but mine is just cauliflower. In any form, I have not been able to enjoy it, but especially mashed. My mom made mashed cauliflower as a substitute for mashed potatoes on a keto diet. Was the food healthy? Perhaps, but if the taste, texture, smell, and appearance are all working against everything my body stands for, it doesn't mean anything. Story 18. There is nothing I can think of that I wouldn't eat a polite amount if offered to me by someone I care about. And by polite amount, I mean one big bite prepared however they recommend. But I have a list of things I will never eat under any other conditions. Chicken feet, pig feet, bitter melon, most organs, not hearts though, fermented tofu, fish eyes, balut, 100-year-old egg, eggplant, and raw oysters. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a few. Story 19. Sushi, yep, sushi. I hate the taste of seaweed on an instinctive level. It makes me gag. And I grew up fishing, meaning I have enough personal experience with slimy, bloody, pissed-off live fish to never want to ingest one raw. I've tried sushi one time and only swallowed it because it's rude to throw up on the dinner table. I don't think sushi is bad food. Actually, I really want to like it and am sad that I don't. It is just a no-go for me. Story 20. Fermented herring, a delicacy here in Sweden. It's actually not bad taste-wise, because you eat it on a thin bread topped with potatoes, sour cream, and red onion. But the smell is so off-putting that I won't ever eat it unless I have to. Remember, folks, that we are blessed to have the option to choose what not to eat. Story 21. Superkurt. It is a Kazakh cheese type, but I don't believe it is cheese. It was sour as hell, salty as sea, and it was like a stone. When I hit on the table with that cheese, it created a little hole on the table. How are we supposed to eat that thing? They said it was good with beer when I was there, and now I know they lied to me. Don't try at home, or anywhere in your life. Story 22. Raw oyster, menudo, crawfish. I love crab boils, though. I just get the other seafood. Scallops, blue cheese, black licorice, liver, gizzard, eggnog, oatmeal, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, canned meat. I'll leave you with the worst. Unfortunately, I had to eat it more than once. L.A. Choi canned chow mein. We ate it a lot growing up. It took everything in me to keep it down. Story 23. I'm someone who will always give any food a second or third chance, but there is something I refuse to try again. Someone made tteokbokki with a meat I thought was chitlins, aka pig intestines. I like tripe and liver and chitlins. Wasn't scared to bite it. Found out after I ate it from the person who made it that it was actually cat intestine he got from a friend of a friend. Though I'm willing to try anything, I won't be trying that again. Finished my plate, though, after removing the other intestine pieces. Story 24. I have 2, no 3. I'm Eastern European and we have our own version of menudo, different broth. People still say, oh, it's great for hangovers, blah, blah, blah. I can't be in the same room as that stuff. Tried it once and nearly puked. Brain, never again. It's just mushy, gelatinous grossness. Again, nearly made me hurl. These steamed pink fish jelly, sushi-looking things I had at a Chinese restaurant once. Decided to try them because we had no idea what they are by just looking at menu, and they looked good. No offense to whoever eats these, but they tasted like fish that has been sitting rotting in the sun for 3 days. I still have no idea what was in them. Story 25. Poi. I was vacationing in Hawaii and attended a luau that featured poi among other items. I was told by one of the locals that I needed to try some. I like to think of myself as cultured, and can definitely appreciate different cultured foods, looking at you Mexico and Italy, but never again will I try poi. Not very tasty and very bitter from what I remember. Story 26. Taleggio cheese. To be fair to cheese because I love it so much. Was a cheesemonger and my married name is a type of cheese. I tried it maybe 3 times. Somehow it got worse. I think my mind was putting on some rose-colored glasses because of my overall love for cheese. Each time was about a year apart because my mentor swore it was a cheese you had to grow into. But no, full stop, never again. Story 27. Pickled herring in cream sauce. I watched my uncle eating it and he made it look appetizing as he was able to eat a good-sized portion of it quickly. Kind of like it was a dessert. I ended up eating some of it that night later on sometime before bed, and at some point shortly after I went to sleep I got up and threw it all up. It wasn't spoiled, but my body was like, no thanks. Story 28. Dolphin meat. Hope I never try it again. They are too intelligent. It feels morally wrong. Didn't mean to try it first time either. Some drunk Japanese people in the deep countryside thought it would be funny to tell me what it was after I ate some. I had said earlier in the dinner that I did not want to try dolphin meat and they tricked me. Cultural note. Deep in a rural area is the only place this could happen. City people and suburb people would never do this to a foreigner. Also, sober people would not do this either. Story 29. Andouillette. It's a French pig intestine sausage. It smells like Toy might think intestine smells as it was coming out of the kitchen. The only thing in my life that I put in my mouth, which was bold, trust me, spit out and don't try again. I'm not picky. It was that bad. The server seemed to know I'd hate it and took it away within a couple minutes of putting it down in front of me. Story 30. Bone marrow. It was incredible. I don't want to sound wanky, but it was real experience. Texture was good. Taste was amazing. Was thoroughly enjoying it. Then I got in my own head about what I was eating, and that was it. Couldn't finish it. There were only 2 mouthfuls left, and I don't want the experience to be tainted by trying again and not being able to eat it. Story 31. Japanese live fish. Ikizukuri. Friend ordered to impress me and couple visitors. Whatever left of fish looks alive for 10 minutes. I could see a beating heart. Technically, I haven't tried it as I couldn't eat anymore, but it was on the table and I still have a question. What the hell is wrong with people who both cook and order / eat it? Story 32. Any kind of mollusk, except squid calamari, mushrooms, olives, crickets, aubergine, courgette. I've tried them all before, some more than once and cooked multiple ways, but it's enough to know I just don't like eating any of them. I think it's a texture thing for me with most of them more than anything. Story 33. Generally, it's never good to write off things entirely. I usually try things I don't like a long time later, or in different configurations, or prepared a different way. You may have just tried it before badly prepared or a way you don't like it. I've found a few times that food I thought I didn't like, it turned out I like a lot later in life. Story 34. Much milder than the other ones here, but chicken liver. Weird thing though is I thought it was actually delicious. A Japanese exchange student I was friends with in college made some for me once and I thought it was great until he told me what it was. For some reason I just can't stomach it even though I liked the taste. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Be sure to write comments and share your stories.